Welcome, and thank you for investing your time to join the webinar this afternoon. The fact that you are here shows you are serious about business and success. If we have not met, my name is Phil Berdura. One of the things I love most in life is helping others through my passion for business, goal setting, systems, and support. We have a lot to cover today, so take as many notes as you need. Now let's get started. Over our time together, we'll be discussing some simple strategies you can use to hit the refresh button on your business organisation so that you can move forward in a more productive, efficient manner. Mostly, this means taking the time to revisit and refine certain aspects of your workplace culture and the environment so that you're always operating at capacity. First off, let's talk about your mission statement. Just take a moment. Can you tell me what your organisation's mission statement off the top of your head? Can you paraphrase it? A lot of people I work with have no idea what their company's mission statement is, or even if they have one. This is because companies usually create a mission statement when they're first establishing themselves, because it's something you're supposed to do, and then completely forget about it. Don't be that company. Make it a point to locate your mission statement and update it to fit your current goals and accomplishments. It is important to periodically review your mission statement to ensure that it is aligned with where you are now in relation to your company vision statement. So, to help clarify this, your company vision statement is about identifying the future, what your business is going to look like in the future. Your mission statement is about identifying the now, what we are doing today to work towards our vision for the future. Your company culture should relate to your mission statement, but it is also a reflection of your employees, your company values, and any initiatives you take seriously within the workplace. When reorganizing the larger umbrella aspects of your company, you need to take a look at your company culture and get a reading on what your employees perceive that culture to be. Depending on the size of your organisation, you could hold a meeting, send out a survey, or ask people to contribute their thoughts anonymously. When you engage the employees and ask for their contribution, they are more likely to own and drive the culture that you are aiming to implement. Whatever information you get in return can help you gain better insight into the positive and also the negative elements within your organisation that could either be highlighted or addressed. Whether you're the CEO of a company or in an entry-level position, your job as part of the team is to keep yourself and the people around you motivated to do their best. Take stock of how motivated you are personally in the role you have now and consider what changes could be made to improve your own motivation. If you have the power to do so, implement new methods to keep your employees in high spirits and motivated to serve the company and stay present throughout their workday. To do this, look into some industrial and organisational, also called IO, psychology research. By keeping your team motivated, they'll deliver better work and your organisation will run more smoothly and efficiently. Regardless of what business you're in, your customers should be a top priority after your team. When was the last time you checked in with your consumers to get a reading on how your business is perceived? Have you checked your social media reviews? Have you checked Google or Googled yourself? Have you asked for analytics from a customer support team? To keep your organisation moving in the right direction, it's important to gain a better understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of your business, especially from the customer's perspective. Speaking of strengths and weaknesses, when was the last time you sat down to create a SWOT analysis on your business? An oldie but a goodie, this exercise is an easy way to evaluate where you're at as a company so that you can choose the best direction to go in next. For those of you who aren't sure, a SWOT analysis is an acronym for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You basically list it out the same way you would a pros and cons list. Engaging your key members of your team to contribute with their ideas in conducting the SWOT analysis will help get a broader range of viewpoints, ideas, and suggestions. Once you've outlined that SWOT analysis, have your team members create some actionable goals. Here's another acronym coming your way, SMART, or SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. And this is relating to SMART goals. Creating broad goals can be a lofty challenge that ends up going nowhere. Creating SMART goals ensures that you have enough specificity to create a game plan in order to reach that goal. Here is a broad goal example in applying the SMART principles. The overall goal that we want to achieve is, I want to grow my business. So let's apply the SMART principles to this. So being specific, I will acquire 3 new clients for my consulting business. Measurable, I will measure my progress by how many new clients I bring on while maintaining my current client base. Attainable, I will ask current clients for referrals, launch a social media marketing campaign, and network with local businesses. Applying the relevant, adding additional clients to my business will allow me to grow my business and increase my revenue. And then finally, time-based, I will have 3 new clients within 2 months. Now, applying the SMART principles and writing it down as a SMART goal, it might sound something like this. I will acquire 3 new clients for my consulting business within 2 months by asking for referrals, launching a social media marketing campaign, and networking with local businesses. This will allow me to grow my business and increase my revenue. So can you see how by writing it down, applying the SMART principles, it is much more in depth and detail than an overall goal of just saying, I want to grow my business. If you're the type of business that works directly with consumers, you're likely always looking for ways to market yourself. Instead of repeating throughout the year that your team should really create some buzz on social media, take the time now to brainstorm and outline some campaigns that you'll be able to set up ahead of time and roll out when you need them. Creating a marketing plan that identifies every aspect and detail for each marketing strategy, by whom and by when. It is important to also test and measure the results for each campaign. Review the results achieved and stop doing what is not working and do more of what is working. Remember, marketing should be following the 10 by 10 rule. That is, 10 campaigns, each with 10 variants, so that you can quickly establish what is and isn't working. Permits, taxes, forms, IDs, and licenses can be overwhelming to deal with, which unfortunately leads to many companies continually putting these tasks off. If you're serious about getting your organisation organised, take the time to update your files and paperwork so that you don't have that weight looming over you. For example, did you file your quarterly BAS form for your business on time? Did you get a tax ID number? Are your licenses and permits updated and in order? Did you make any changes to your corporation and proprietary limited entity and still need to file an ASIC statement to record those changes? So these are some of the things that can escape and go under the radar that we need to ensure that we're completely on top of. Every day, a new technology becomes available to the public. When was the last time you took the time to research what's out there? How can technology be utilised to improve your systems? For example, is there a job management system that you can utilise that captures and/or automates how you allocate your daily tasks, and maybe within a tradie environment? Technology is here to help you make your workday less stressful, whether it's data, computing software, to cut down on time, chat services, to cut down on emails, or updates to programs that are outdated. Please take advantage of it. Studies have found that the average person wastes over 4 hours per week searching for papers. If your office is still using filing cabinets, it's time to upgrade. Go through your drawers and cabinets and shred anything that's out of date or no longer relevant to your business. Anything you want to keep, scan it into the cloud and throw out the hard copy. Not only will this save you physical office space, but you'll be able to find what you need quickly when it's organised properly in a searchable database. Speaking of searching for things, where do you keep your passwords? If you're like most people, you have 1 or 2 systems for managing your passwords. Either you use the same password for everything, or you try to make up something new each time you create a new account, and then promptly forget what the password is when it's time to log back in. The first system isn't safe, and the second is frustrating. So here's a third option. It's called an app. You can try 1Password or LastPass, which you can think of as essentially being a lockbox for all your passwords. They live on your desktop and your mobile device and are virtually impossible to hack. So those apps again is one as in number 1, password, or LastPass. If you're someone who immediately feels their jaw clench up every time they open their inbox, it's time to reorganise some things. Begin by filing away everything you no longer need to respond to by storing them in a folder outside of your general inbox, perhaps by year or another category. Next, begin unsubscribing to emails that you've gotten in the habit of immediately deleting or send them to your spam folder. You can always create folders where non-essential email messages are sent automatically so that they don't interrupt your workflow or stress you out as much. While you're still on the computer, visit your company website, along with any social media pages that you have, and sift through every word you have written. If you have a dead account, like an Instagram page you haven't touched in 5 years, deactivate it. It looks much worse to have an inactive account than no account at all. Check your website for broken links, outdated contact information, old pictures, and anything else that would be confusing to a new client visiting your page. The last thing you want to do before giving your computer a rest is to declutter your desktop and update your software. Check to see if you're running on an old version of Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or whatever other platform that you use. If you are, update it. Empty your cache, delete old files, or send them away to the cloud to fetch again later if you really need them. Now let's move on to the actual setup of your office. If you're in a communal office setting, consider sprucing things up a little. Add a few plants, maybe some art. Check with your desk mate about rearranging furniture. Toss out or put away any clutter that you don't use on a weekly basis. If you have a personal office, create a better flow of energy by bringing some feng shui into the room. Ditch unnecessary clutter and bring some new elements into your space that make you feel happy and present. Research office ergonomics guidelines to set yourself up properly at your work desk. A clean office is a happy office. Like technology, the gadgets and tools we have at our disposal to work more efficiently, comfortable, and ergonomically are always evolving. By taking the time to update the tools you use on a daily basis, you're considering what might make your life easier. Do you come home every day nursing a strained neck? Maybe you need a better office chair, or at least some sort of adjustment for your computer so that the top of the screen is at the same level as your eyebrows. Consider investing in a sit-stand desk so you can alternate between sitting and standing whilst you work throughout the day. Are you constantly shifting through a dozen open windows on your desktop? Adding a second monitor or computer screen could help you stay on task and improve your productivity. Do your eyes feel dry and itchy after 8 hours of staring at a computer? Invest in some blue light blocking glasses. As you begin getting more into the groove of organising your work life and get into the habit of making lists every morning and every afternoon, as you go through your workday, add to your list. At the end of the day, cross off what you've done and create a fresh list to start the next morning with. In the book, Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, he refers to the ugly frogs as those tasks or items that we know that we must do, but keep procrastinating on and keep skipping over to do the things that we enjoy doing more. Implement a frog to-do list and complete this last thing before you go home each afternoon. The frog list is that one or two things that when you complete them will help you take a big step forward. Complete your frog list items before you tackle any other items on your to-do list. You'll be glad that you did. We're nearing the end of our time together and we've covered a lot of information. If you're feeling overwhelmed, know that it's okay to feel overwhelmed. Remember this, you won't be able to complete all those tasks on your own. You're likely going to need to delegate or outsource. Something I recommend to all my clients is to build the time into their schedule to catch up on organisational activities to stay organised. After a bulk of the heavy lifting is done, try making time an hour every Friday or 2 hours every other Monday to check up on how your tasks and goals are coming along and spending the time in keeping up with them. Another resource to help you improve your organisation is a book titled The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. Here, Keith outlines how to avoid the pitfalls and mistakes that many have made before you. A critical component of Keith's message is to allow yourself think time. Think time every week to reflect on what you have achieved, what you could have done differently, what you are currently focused on, what can you improve on, and finally, to identify what you need to be considering a little further down the track. These are the things that will keep you focused, motivated, and inspired to be the best person you can be every day. To help you get the most out of today's information, I'm offering you a complimentary 90-minute business strategy meeting. We will review where you are currently at in your business and then identify a number of specific strategies that will enable you to move your business from where you are now to where you would like to be. Please email me with your interest in taking up the business strategy review offer right now. My email is philbajura@actioncoach.com. I will then come back to you with some alternate dates that we may align our calendars with. If you are watching a replay of this webinar, please email me at philbajura.com I'll say that again, philbajura@actioncoach.com with your expression of interest in exploring how you can improve your business organisation. Alternatively, I have provided a link below to take a business health check quiz that will give you a report of the current status of where you are at in your business and some ideas and areas of opportunity to improve. Please reach out if you have any questions at all. I'm here to help. We've made it to the end of our time together. I'm so happy to have the opportunity to spend this time with you, and I sincerely hope that you've gotten some helpful information about ways to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of your company. If you have any questions that we didn't get a chance to address along the way, please share with me or email me. Also, please let me know what your number one takeaway has been from the information that we covered today. Thank you again.